I am Groot.
Well, it's time to take a look at Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. And, yep, I got my Guardians of the Galaxy shirt on, but still. Okay, I'm just going to say this right now. I think that this film is better than the first movie. I honestly think so. And people are going to hate me for that, but let's go over the plot. After a battle where the Guardians... Well, it takes place a little bit after the events of the first movie, where Star-Lord saves the universe by the coolest way ever. A dance-off to save the universe. Aw, man. Seriously, who can say they saved the galaxy by doing a dance-off? Luke Skywalker ain't got nothing on Star-Lord, man. But still, after they were trying to stop an alien from eating up batteries, Rocket steals some batteries, and basically they get chased down. The plane crashes on a planet, and they meet Ego, who is basically Star-Lord's dad. And Ego is pretty much a god. He can do whatever he can. He can create life from anything, but he can destroy anything with nothing. So, yeah. And other stuff where basically... And also, we have Yondu, who is basically having a little bit of trouble with his team, with his Ravager group, since he's having a mutiny, and Rocket and Groot get dragged in with his plot. So, yeah. So, what do I think about this movie? Well, before a certain other MCU film came along, this was actually my favorite MCU film, period. Before another movie that we'll get to very soon. I just adore everything about Volume 2. This is probably one of my top 5 favorite superhero movies ever. I prefer this movie over The Dark Knight. Yes, I said it, don't at me, I like this movie more than The Dark Knight. Everything about this movie is just so well done in my opinion. Okay, well, let me answer a complaint many people have this movie. It has too many jokes. Okay, fair point, but where were all you when the Deadpool movies were out? Don't get me wrong, I love Deadpool, and I love the Deadpool movies. But you're going to sit there and complain that this movie has too many jokes when the Deadpool movies had a joke every 5 seconds. I love don't get me wrong, I adore the Deadpool films. But if you're going to say it has too many jokes to complain about this movie, then you should also complain about the Deadpool movies. I'm sorry. But still, I think this movie improves upon the characters. I think Drax is a lot better. I think Gamora is a lot better, since in the first movie they felt like the same character. But here, they are completely different in my opinion. That's what really gets me happy. People say that, oh, he's not at all like his first movie. So, I mean, he has shown character development in this movie, since he has changed a little bit with his jokes. And also, people forget about this one moment that's honestly one of my favorite moments in the movie. It's a moment where Mantis, looks at Drax, and she pretty much gives Drax a shoulder touch, and she is overwhelmed by sadness. But Drax is just sitting there with a calm face. It just goes to show how well Drax is able to hold in his pain. Seriously, people don't decide to bring up this, but just say, oh, Drax does nothing but joke around in this movie. He does joke around a lot, but still. Also, this movie got me to laugh at a poop joke. And unlike a movie like Teen Titans Go, it didn't last for an entire minute. This movie only lasted a joke for about a few seconds. But still. Also, then there are the other characters. There's like Rocket and Groot. I adore these characters more in the first movie. They just have a more style to them. And having Rocket work with Yondu is perfect. They're like a mirror for one another, and it actually kind of fits well. Seeing how Rocket is a father figure to Groot in this movie. And he's mostly protecting Groot. Which is kind of funny, since in the first movie, it was mostly Groot protecting Rocket. So yeah, it's also pretty cool. Also, the music is just perfection. It is probably the best soundtrack I've heard in a movie. Crap, I lost my Baby Driver DVD, along with Baby Driver. And when I'm comparing a movie soundtrack to Baby Driver, you know that's amazing. And then, of course, there's Nebula, who is greatly improved. We find out that it's actually that whenever she lost the battle with Gamora, she was turned more into a cyborg. and you actually kind of feel bad for her. And then, of course, there's Yondu. He was outstanding in this film. Seriously, almost every scene with Yondu was just hilarious, in my opinion. And his whistle is more awesome this time around. There's an entire scene where him and Rocket are going through the Ravager ship and destroying it with Yondu's whistle. That is cool, in my opinion. Then there's Peter Quill in this movie. I like how Peter Quill in this movie, here's the thing. He found out his real-life dad was a Celestial, and he just wants to spend time with his dad. But then he realizes something. He might have been your father, but he wasn't your daddy. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. Yondu's death made me cry. Yeah, call me a wimp all you want, but I'm not the giant soldier of stone from Yu-Gi-Oh! No. This scene was emotional, okay? And it kind of hit me home, okay? I mean, this movie, I don't want to get into personal stuff with me in my life, but this movie, it affected me personally. I mean, don't get me wrong, I have a dad. My dad's still alive. I have a dad. But this movie made me love and appreciate my dad more, so thank you, Dad, so much. I love you. When I got back from the movie, and when they played the song Father and Son, I wanted to go home and give my dad, like, I rewatched the movie the other day, and after I rewatched it, I went to my dad and gave him a big hug, so thanks, Dad. So, but still, enough with personal issues. I think the drama in this movie is really well done. I like how it's basically wise pairings with all the characters, and they all work better in my opinion. Ego is actually a good villain in my opinion. Kurt Russell does a fantastic job in this movie, as always. I have next to no problems with this movie, almost. I mean, I will admit some of the jokes, they are okay, but most of them land. I am definitely 100% going to give this movie a 10 out of 10 for an S rank. I adore this movie to bits and pieces, and I'm sure I'll love it even more. So, yeah, I mean, comment down below what you think of Guardians Volume 2, and I'll see you next time when we take a look at, let's go, Spider-Man Homecoming. I mean, I like how on this back art, if you flip it upside down, it reads normally, but if you flip it upside down, you can't read it. So, yeah. So, see y'all later, and bye. Oh, before we go, I forgot to talk about the Stan Lee cameo real quick. This cameo is one of the top 3 favorite MCU cameos for me. It's basically him and the Watchers, and basically he references when he was a FedEx delivery driver. So basically, what they're saying is that he is a Watcher agent, and he is going around the universe to see the events unfolding. That is awesome, in my opinion. It is probably one of the best Stan Lee cameos in the MCU, period. Top 3, along with Age of Ultron and Captain Marvel. Well, I love that cameo, but still, this movie does get an S rank. So see y'all later when we talk about Spider-Man Homecoming.